to show you again that this thing we're saying is so true, go to the book of Ruth. Ruth quickly, and chapter 2. From verse 8. Now we know the story of Ruth. Ruth had married Naomi's son. Now Naomi had come out of Israel. There was famine. They moved into a land of the Moabites, and her sons married Moabite women, and they died, and her husband died, and so they all had to come back. And so she told her daughters-in-law, look, there's no chance of you people getting married, because there's something called Kingsman's Redeemer. If you're going to get married again, you'll have to marry the brother, all right, of your husband by our culture, and all the sons are dead, so I will have to give birth to a child. He will have to grow and become age of marriage, and then he has to decide to say, look, there's no point. If you're going to ever have a future, you've got to leave me. You go. Ruth refused to go. Now, this isn't just being seen with her. No, it was much deeper than that. So she followed her at the risk of, based on what she said, you may not get married again. But she saw that aged woman going, and her heart latched onto her. And look at what she says. Look at what it says here in Ruth chapter 3. So, as they now began, all right, she started walking now in the fields of Boaz, who was the wealthiest man in that place. Then Boaz said unto Ruth, hearest thou not, my daughter? Go not to glean in another field, neither go from thence, but abide here, fast by my maidens. So suddenly Boaz took special notice of Ruth and said, no, don't go there. Stay here in this choice area and walk in this place. And then he says, let thine eyes be on the field that thou do reap, and go thou after them. I have not charged the young men that they shall not touch thee. Have I not charged the young men that they shall not touch thee? All right. And when thou art thirsty, go unto the vessels, drink that which the young men have drawn. So he gave her special treatment. Now, hear what Ruth now said. And she fell on her face and bowed herself to the ground and said, why have I found grace in thine eyes, that thou should take knowledge of me? Boaz eventually married her. And Boaz was the wealthiest man. Boaz could have gotten any woman there, but what quality was Boaz looking for? And he says that thou should take knowledge of me, seeing I'm a stranger. I'm a stranger. I'm even a Moabite. I'm not part. In fact, if we're going to go by the letter of the law, you're not to even have association with me. Boaz answered and said, this is the quality I saw. And what Boaz was referring to that he saw, all right, says that he realized the kindness. That's the word that is used in the original text. The kindness that you have shown, all right, unto the mother-in-law. There's this kindness that you have shown unto her. And because of this kindness that you have shown unto her, he said, this is exactly what I am going to do. Now, it was the kindness that Ruth showed and demonstrated. If you also look at Rahab the harlot, how did she get out of that situation? The Bible talks about it. How did Rahab get out? We see this in Genesis 40. It was a demonstration of kindness. Report came to her from the ruler of the land that there were some spies who had come in, and they were going to take those spies. Then she realized that the guests in that place were actually Israelites who had come to spy, and they would have been killed. And she preserved their life and showed them kindness and hid them. So she told the spies, by the Lord, since I've shown you kindness, that thou will also show. Now, the only thing Rahab did, who was a harlot, that we say by faith, was she showed kindness to people. She demonstrated kindness and got into this contract with the nation of Israel. She was the only one that was preserved. When God looked into the earth and said, only Noah is worthy, it was only Noah that had a kind heart towards people and had that consideration towards people.